Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. It's really hot in the studio and this argument of should we be paid, should we not be paid. But before we go into what I said, which is what should be in the bill, Nima wanted to respond to BeeCee.
You know, it's like BeeCee is not in this Nigeria that materialism have killed all our children. She's not seeing how young girls get pregnant while they're trying to go around, sell their babies and turn it into a business. This entire transactional way of doing things, dealing with things, materialism, has led us to where we are today. It's made our economy more expensive to run, our lives more expensive to run. Everybody looking for one way or the other. What you do for me? What can I get out of it? When we were raised, those days, we saw our parents do things for people, not because they knew the rewards were coming. I was raised to think that leave the reward for God. And if the person becomes ungrateful, move on. Because that reward is not with the person to give you. Is a Yoruba saying. You can't, things can't remain the same for 20 years amongst people. It takes special being to be grateful, to be non-transactional in friendship for years. You saw this mentality of there must be something you are looking for. How about you're just looking for companionship in your old age? Can that be monetized? You know? So yes, I was raised. I have 3 mothers that sat at my wedding. Oh yeah, and they born me. Do you know that I still pay? I still pay. I go, you don't check the other mama, you don't check the other one. I have those, but I benefit from it much more than they even do from me. We talk about Yolu. How much can I pay Yolu for the kind of love she's giving my kids? So it's just, you know, to keep that friendship alive, to mention to my kids, no, this woman took you from me when you were 2 months old. From 6 months old till date, this woman has been there for you. And I do it all the time. I remind my kids. I don't allow family members to make me forget it. Because, you know, now things are now, everybody now come and say, it was us. So, no, it wasn't you. This sacrifice, that's how you keep it alive. And I pray and hope that in case I grow old and my kids I outgrow or I pass before, that they do not burn that bridge. They always remember it. It is a thing that was cultural in Auchi, that you hear the history of how families were helpful. At my wedding, at my own wedding, my father was talking to my father-in-law about how their fathers built each other's house with farmlands and hoped that their kids will marry. And none of their own first kids achieved it until we met in Lagos and married each other. And so we are now representing, you know, some of these things, we don't love those things anymore. You put it outside there, people will line up on the comments and say, now like this, now they do something. Because people don't see the beauty of it anymore. We don't beautify those things. We don't beautify selflessness. We don't beautify those things anymore. So every transactional arrangement has led us here. I was a law intern at a small law firm. A 13-year-old got pregnant by her boyfriend, walked out of the house, walked back in after 9 months without the baby. And the father went to area A at first to make sure that that complaint was dealt with. Where is the pregnancy? Where is the baby? How is it exactly? And they found that she was nursing. She was, you know, lactating. So we cannot continue to do things like we must put in ways of changing even the orientation of our people from transactional mindset back to, you know, to more things that keep societies. Those societies we praise, the Malaysia and all of that that run without mostly transactional mindset. We praise them. When we go there, we say that, well, we don't think our people were like that before colonial masters.
We will go into what should be in the law, because obviously there will be, like Namaka said, money is exchanging hands, even if it is not cash. Favors might exchange hands, but if we don't create a structure,
can be built. It's not only favors.
All right, let me take Oge. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oje, you're welcome to the show.
Yeah, this is Oje from Oniali. My contribution is that I think I'm in support of what BeeCee is saying, because the stress of pregnancy, I know what my wife went through when she was married, when she was pregnant. Understand? The stress of pregnancy is so much and so enormous than for us to see that anybody who is going to carry pregnancy for somebody should not be, the person should be seriously compensated.
Yeah. Seriously compensated.
Yes. Yes. Because I think it would be unfair. After all of you are women now, I understand. You understand what I'm saying very, very more than myself.
Thank you so much, Mr. Oje. Thank you so much, Mr. Oje. So I hear, honestly, I know that I have my opinion, which is that it shouldn't be commercialized, but I also understand every perspective. And there's something being said that because of the fact that it takes its toll on women. That's not all women. Some women, they go through pregnancy like a breeze. From like nothing happened, like it's like they don't even do anything.
See, because it did not take a toll on you physically, does not mean it doesn't take a toll on you mentally.
So, but in establishing that, establishing
because a pregnancy takes a toll on you,
anyway,
whether you are paid or not, whether you are married or not.
Let me just land.
Is what is keeping me there.
The opinion, yes, and I'll come to you, Amaka. What I wanted to bring out is the fact that we have people who can do it. We have those that it is work. There's a story that went viral about husband begging woman third time to help carry pregnancy for someone because of the money. So this is a family that has capitalized on the woman as a means to bring money in.
His wife.
Commodified the ability of the woman to carry pregnancy for the house. These are the things that we want to cover by creating a legal framework, protecting the interest of everybody involved. We took a case in the papers where a man, a family, paid someone for, they said they will pay for surrogacy and they will cover the bill, they will take her abroad. Between the time when the pregnancy happened, the wife got pregnant and they abandoned the woman that got pregnant through surrogacy with the child. We took the story.
Yes.
And that person, so we do need a law. What I want us, because we're running out of time, what are the things we want to cover with the law?
Okay. So I'm going to answer that, but I want to also come from the perspective if I answer that, which is, you know, when we talk about surrogacy now in a certain form, and then we need to also remember the culture. We're cultural people and we're Nigerians. And back in the day, we have a history, like in the Igbo land, where a woman can marry, like can cover other women to have kids for her. It is legal culturally, because my great-grandmother was so wealthy. She married, like they call it, like you marry other women, pay the bride price for other women, and they had kids for her and bore her name. That's so culturally, that is permissible. So it depends on how you want to go about this. But maybe because of how things are going on now with the surrogates and the way they're making it look, but this has always been the norm. And then people can still go back to the cultural way of doing things by saying, it's not my husband that is marrying these women. I'm the one doing it, and they're having the babies for me, and I'm keeping the baby. The kids are my own, right? But then let me come to you in terms of the regulation, what should be in the bill. Nigerian, unfortunately, we have a way of always jumping the gun. We before taking this first step or second step, we go to 100 steps. First of all, let's talk about data. How much data do we have about the women in Nigeria first, right? Secondly, when women go to the hospital to have kids or for maternity care, is there data? Are they registered there? Do they have their NI number? Do they put their passport or identification? Just like, for example, in China, before you go from one province to the other, whether you're going by road, train, whatever, it indicates you check in and they know that you're in this province, and then they scan you, they have your picture, how you came in or whatever. So for people that want to go to villages, for example, to go and hide for 9 months or take people there to have babies, there's a data that shows what's going on. There's a data that shows how many times you've been pregnant and how many kids you've had, for them to now know that, are you commercializing this thing? So the problem in Nigeria, with all the money we have, is that we don't do step 1, step 2, before going to step 100, want to just jump to 100.
Criminalize.
So when you now criminalize this thing and make this bill into a law, how do you now check what you have spent so much time and energy and stressing everybody to do?
My sister.
Impossible. It's not. We don't have the structure to enforce the law.
So why do something that is not going to take us anywhere, right? That's not going to. So please,
thank you. Let's
you have really finished the conversation. Even me, that I have been fighting for the law. Right now, I am weak because Nima and Amaka educated us, as well as the guests that came on the show, about the fact that we actually have a law against human organ paying for organs, and we have not implemented it. So even if we do this law now, it might not get implemented because we don't have data. We need to go back to the foundation and start sorting out data. So I want to come back. BeeCee has started. She has entered something. BeeCee started talking about how much money. Come back to you now on this.
I've been shouting money. I'm just saying everything in life is transactional. Even those days we're calling. there was a reason they decided to marry you because of what you were bringing, whether it's monetary, whether it's connection, whether it's family values. You were bringing something to the table. It has always been transactional. Society has always been transactional from even the times of old. It's just that now, because we are materialistic and we are seeing the physical cash, everything is now being translated into cash. But we have always been transactional.
I agree.
Even to salvation says, you go buy Bible. It's not free. Now money that they use buy Bible. You go pay tithes, you go pay offering. What are we talking about? Everything, even the salvation, we didn't pay for them. Everything has been transactional. What we're saying, and I get Nima's point, is that for me, the way we can protect people from Nima's angle, where she's seeing it, is that we make policies and regulations so that, because everybody who is going to be betting for somebody will definitely have to be an adult who has made a decision. They don't put gun for my neck to take carry belle for you. I have chosen to do it.
And if they renege, now, you can then go to court and there's a framework. I have chosen
to do it. Okay. And in my choosing to do it for you from the magnanimity of my heart is that at some point you will protect me from whatever it is that is chasing me in life. We are struggling in this part of the world. You see other people where they wake up, just go and donate blood. Because food, they are fridge when they finish. You don't go expect person where they hustle for daily bread. You never even know what you go chop the next day. What in children go chop the next day. May go sit down, they donate blood. Offense is here, so our society has not gotten the basics for majority of people. Now, people are now looking for ways to, how do I help myself? How do I sort out myself? Okay, I have this ability, it's easy for me. Can I do this and sort out myself? You cannot now start flogging them when you have not given them a framework to at least have a semblance of living.
How do we promote kindness?
We are picking, live kindness, we are kind. For me to want to carry for you, I'm kind. Whether you are giving me something or not, it's kindness. Because I can choose not to carry for you and keep my womb.
So I'm asking, I'm not talking about the pregnancy alone. I'm saying, how do we promote the culture of kindness as a country, that even when you are hustling, how do we promote that culture of this is my last bread? This is my last bread. We don't might. That's your last bread, and we break it.
Yes, we break it.
So are we going to wait? Are we going? Abaka, please. I know you will get this. But are we going to now draft this contract, this document, and put room for frustration? Like the man whose wife now got pregnant, he now says that, oh, the means I have was to pay you, but if I check my account, I cannot have 2 children at once. I cannot be responsible for 2 diapers because my surrogate mother is pregnant, but my wife later got pregnant, and I don't want 2 babies.
That's where the regulation comes in.
That's why we must legislate. We must legislate these things. We can't. I'm only saying this so that women don't start to look at it only from the mindset of material gains. Nothing can compensate a woman for her body, not even love. Yes. All of us we get belle born for our husband for love. We dey here. We are in our 40s now, realizing that something has given.
Yes, so true.
Your body can never be the same.
Never.
So forget that when money go finish.
But now you hold it picking, there's a difference.
Hold on to something more tangible, something that makes more sense, and not what can finish. Imagine the love of someone you didn't raise, the respect of a child you didn't raise. Go up north, you see these cultures. I don't think you can monetize things like that.
No, we are not saying you should monetize it.
My final words to answer you is that when you ask that question, is for me to ask another question, to throw the question to you and to the audience and to Nigerians at large. So how do we, if you're asking a question, how do we rebrand Nigeria? You're talking about how do we inculcate kindness,
empathy.
How do we, since I was a child, Nigeria go better, leaders of tomorrow, we still there here. How do we rebrand Nigeria? It's the same. So it takes one person at a time. By me showing kindness, you showing kindness, and the same way, that's the same way we're going to rebrand Nigeria. Same context. And then if we're not rebranding Nigeria for how many years? Till today. So this one, he go, hey, like you say, hunger is so.
I know you should start to do more awareness on, the benefits of just being
protection.
Kind. I was giving the example that if the person get accident, go help her. Must you know the person
now? People actually drive past accidents.
And we
didn't used to be like that.
Now
we didn't used to be like that.
The good Samaritan for Bible, how many people drive past him?
Oh, Jesus.
But somebody stopped. So everybody cannot be where you are.
Can we promote the person who stopped as opposed to the number of people that passed?
Exactly. There are cultures, there are countries that have made it a culture that nobody would even pass.
Yeah.
They will always stop.
Because they
Let me tell you why, sweetheart. In place.
Yes, it's the system.
Yes.
So now if I stop for you, I now carry you and go to the hospital, they hold me there. Wait, they hold me there. Where did you carry this person? Before I know, I don't enter police, I don't enter cell. Tomorrow you tell me to stop.
BeeCee, the mindsets of this, which is where majority of Nigerians which is bad experience, defensive, I don't want to be caught there, is keeping us from even thinking creatively of the kind solutions that can come up. Why have we've been playing lip service? I've mentioned it yesterday, I mentioned it again today, because I know that someone around me lost a driver last week. And that was because when we got to the hospital, they said they deposit money. There was no blood. Second hospital, dropped 2 million naira. Oga say he no get 2 million naira. By the time they go to third hospital, they give drip, blood no day. They find blood flying, but the person died. You know, like their lives are being lost in Nigeria every day because everybody is thinking, when I get there, I make money, I sort my family. Because if you go to big hospitals, they will find blood, though.
Thank you, but you will pay.
But we have now created a culture that is so selfish, self-centered. Everybody is fighting for their pockets while living the rest, anyhow, be yourself. We need to change that mindset. And we cannot say it is leaders alone. Shows like this, platforms like this would reorientate people to start thinking, maybe I should not, maybe I shouldn't. Family meetings are happening and people are asking their daughters to go and carry belle so that the family can make money. We don't want to become that kind of country. We're already there. We don't want it to become more prevalent. We need to start asking ourselves the real questions, the values, the sacrifice, the kindness. We might not see it in our leaders. And we shouldn't repeat that same circle. That's what I'm canvassing for.
I agree with you. We will not see it in our leaders, but it's difficult because we don't have influence, right? There's a level to the influence that we have. Exactly. So she can change her little corner in her community. You change yours. Yes. I change mine. Over
time, in my spread.
If the people who are supposed to be in charge of the majority are not deliberately changing the system with intentionality and making laws and putting systems in place, we will be talking here for the next 20 years and nothing has changed because they have a larger influence. Exactly. So that's why I like when we're having such conversations, we direct it to the people who wield the power. We can only shout, we can only do our bit, but the people who wield the power will be the ones to make the lasting change that will trickle down.
So final words, we can't remove them. Who have the power. What do we want the people that have power to do?
I believe the people who have the power are you and me, and whatever we're doing within our corners of kindness and empathy, the reward is not something that we must be publicized or lauded. I was gracious to someone. This person, I consider this person, everybody had said, this person is bad, but I showed grace. And the person turned out to do the same.
Bad thing.
I've been hearing all the stories and I just face my front. Because in life, you sometimes get rewarded. Sometimes you don't get rewarded. You move on. And I'm not even willing to explain or shalaye or anything. Just move on. Learn to do good no matter what. And if your person is nearest to you and you think that being a carrier for their baby can help them, do it and see whether it will bring you any reward. But if you monetize it, you've taken your reward. And so be it. What if tomorrow you come around and they say, no, this relationship was completely over the day you took your money? How do you see it?
My last words, I'm a realist. It's not about me or you sitting down here. It's about our leaders doing the right thing, making policies in place, creating data. We have all it takes to take our country to the next level. It took China 25 years, between 15 to 25 years to get. There was no structure. There was no top building in China 25 years ago. Look at them now. Look at how much they have achieved today. So we have the resources, we have the minerals, we have everything it takes to be a great country. So this has nothing to do with whether you're being kind, not being kind. We should do the right thing, put systems in place, and things will work.
Kindness will just flow.
Yes, I agree with Amaka. Systems are what we need for the many changes that we are clamoring for. While we preach our kindness in our own little corner, whether we get the reward or not. Some people are waiting to go to heaven to get their reward. Some people want their reward here, and it's okay. Your needs and wants are valid. If I want to collect my own now and you want to wait till you get to heaven, that's also fine. As long as we are adults and we are making the choices and standing by the choices that we make. Government, we just need more regulation. We need more of your systems in place to protect the vulnerable so that people like hawks will not use them against their will and, you know, defraud the system. That's all we need. Not to jump into criminalizing things that have been working for our forefathers. Let's calm down on that.
Thank you, ladies, for an amazing show. I feel that we've all spoken from different points of view, and our leaders, people that are passing this law, already know that there is going to be divergent view concerning any bill. It's going to be about majority and protecting the interest of the vulnerable. Let's put that. Let's not make a law in isolation. Adoption is slow in Nigeria.
Very slow.
Adoption is almost impossible to be carried out. So we're giving room for an industry called Baby Factory. Let the leaders actually take a holistic look towards solving this infertility challenge and all the other things that come around it. That way, we're not making one law in isolation. And then, most importantly, laws are just papers if it is not implemented. Let us implement the laws we already have. Thank you so much for your contributions towards this show. The conversation never ends, so you can still continue the conversation online. Till we meet again tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye.